Doctors said this child prodigy would never play the violin again. Then, from the invisible realm, something like a blowtorch of heat hit her hand and proved the doctors wrong. Next on this edition of It's Supernatural. Hello, Sid Roth, your investigative reporter, here with Suzy Harbinson. Suzy was a child prodigy. How old were you when you first started playing a musical instrument?
2.
2 years old.
2 years old.
How could you, what did you play?
The piano, actually.
So tell me, how does a 2-year-old even spread out to play the keys?
Well, my mother was a music teacher, very gifted musician herself. She actually sang vocals, opera back in the late 50s, early 60s on radio, and got me into it and sat me down at the piano that my father bought and taught me, and I was very receptive.
Did you love it, or did you say, I want to go and do what the other kids do? I mean, at 2 years old.
I loved it.
How?
I loved it.
Really?
I had that ability to hear a song and then imitate it without any music.
Would you just pray for me right now? Because I can't even sing.
I can't carry a tune either, but whatever music I hear in my ear, I can translate that to my instrument. And all I'm doing is just adding another layer upon the music that I hear in a way that just touches people.
Well, you were a violinist with the New Hampshire Philharmonic?
Yes.
Sounds impressive to me.
I played back in 1981 and 82, and I was going to college at the time, and I was working in a hotel for extra money on the weekends, and I was carrying a rack of glasses, champagne glasses, and I slipped on the floor, and I cut the tendons and the nerves to my left index finger and my thumb.
Well, as a violinist, that's not very good.
That ended my career, or any possible hopes of playing. I also had surgery afterwards.
But wait, did you realize how bad it was when it happened, or did you think, well, it's
No,
just
I realized I couldn't move my hand at all. It was crippling. And after having the surgery, the first surgery, I developed adhesions or scar tissue in my hand so that I couldn't make a full fist. I didn't have the dexterity or the mobility to move my fingers. And then about a year later, I had a second surgery, microsurgery, to heal the nerve damage because I had no feeling. I couldn't even hold a glass of water. I had to concentrate or else the glass would fall out of my hands.
You must have cried every time you held the glass.
I was very angry, and I put my violin away and didn't touch it again.
Now, your mother, you told me, was an accomplished musician, singer, but what did she think about this? What did she feel? It must have crushed her.
She was
more than you.
devastated for me as a parent. You know, of course, she was devastated that I had such a loss, and a loss that I loved. And I was just so angry that I just said, well, I'll move on with my life, put my violin away, wound up getting married. I had 2 daughters, very precious, and I didn't pick up the violin again.
Well, medically, what did the doctors say?
The doctors told me that after the second surgery, that the nerves, they tried to repair them. If they were to grow back, I would get sensation and feeling in my hand after 2 years. After 2 years, nothing. You pretty much get what you get.
Well, did you have faith at that point that after 2 years the feeling would come back?
No, I actually went through several months of physical therapy to try to get the circulation and the muscles moving again, and that did improve a little. However, no feeling. I actually used to take pins and stick them in my hand just so that I could see if I could get a sensation in that part of my hand, and nothing. So I know it was basically no hope. After 5 years, nothing. I didn't even try at that point. I said, you know, I've got to live with this abnormality in my hand, and crippling. Just learned to go on, but it saddened me. It was.
I mean, that was an important part of your life.
Absolutely.
Now, did you go to the synagogue? Did you pray? You come from a Jewish background?
I come from a Jewish background. I was raised Jewish in a conservative home, and I went to Hebrew school. I had a bat mitzvah. I believed in God, but only to the degree that God was clear on the other side of the universe, and why should He help me? But through other things that happened in my life as time went on, I went through a divorce, which was very, very painful to me, and that's how I found the Lord.
Well, you know pain.
I know pain.
You know pain because of what happened to the gift that God gave you, and you know pain because of divorce.
Yes.
You know what I have found out? That it's almost like the devil has a little bit of insight that someone has something special from God and tries to either snuff out their life, or in Suzy's case, he literally stole that gift that she had, and it was a gift. Imagine, she could just hear something and then play it on her violin. What a gift. But I'll tell you something, there's something so supernatural that's about ready to happen to you. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. Hello, YouTube, Mishpocha. Mishpocha is a Hebrew word. It means family. This is Sid Roth. Welcome to my world, where it's naturally supernatural. If you've been blessed by this show, please subscribe. Then click the bell so you won't miss a single episode of It's Supernatural. Hello, Sid Roth, your investigative reporter, here with Suzy Harbinson, angry, and for good cause, a child prodigy. She was able to, you just sing a song to her and she could play it on her violin, and freak accident, totally numb, couldn't even hold a glass. And then her husband leaves her, just angry, hurt, bitter. So a friend of hers says to this nice Jewish girl, what you need is Jesus. What did you say to your friend?
I don't need Jesus. But through my anger, actually, her sister came over to my house one day. I was taking care of her 2 sons. Her sister came over and she said, you need Jesus in your life, and you're a sinner and you need to say the sinner's prayer. Well, of course, being a non-believer at the time and wanting to hold on to my own faith, I said, I'm not a sinner, I'm a good person. But I said the words grudgingly, didn't really mean it.
You actually said a prayer
I did, basically to get her off my back, to get her to leave my house, take her kids and leave.
But guess what? God heard that.
He did.
Even though you didn't know what you were doing,
No.
even though you didn't believe what you did, God heard that. So you said the prayer, and then some very strange prophecies, people speaking on behalf of God, started coming your way. What happened?
Very strange that when we do say these words, God takes us at our word. Regardless if we believe that what we're saying at the time is true or that we had it with our full heart, I believe that if we're willing to even say the words, He's willing on our behalf to we open up that doorway. And I've had many people come to me after that, especially one friend, very close friend of mine. She came to my house one day. I was crying over my husband, and she sat down and she prayed with me. And I thought, oh good, she's gonna pray, something nice is gonna be said. And I was hoping more for the restoration of my marriage at the time. But what she did say to me was, Suzy, I saw you in God's throne room, and you were playing a violin.
Wait a second. You hadn't played the violin in 15
years.
So did she know that you were?
No, she did not know.
So how did she know about the violin?
She had a vision. She was very sensitive to the Holy Spirit. And that built my faith, because I didn't believe.
You'd given up.
I did. And so when Karen, her name's Karen, she prayed for me and she said, I saw you in God's throne room and you were standing there playing the violin. And he said to you, if you take it out, I will restore. My mouth dropped to the floor. And I said, how else? Who would say such a thing? Who would know about that other than God? So I started to question. And I didn't want to be obedient and take that violin out. I was still angry. And actually, when I finally did bring it out of the closet.
Had you taken it out at all for 15 years?
No, not at all.
Why'd you even keep it?
Because maybe somewhere deep down I thought, if I can't play it, maybe someday my little girl will play it. And I held on to it. Maybe some hope deep down that something would happen.
So you took the violin. Describe that to me. What happened?
I took it out of my closet, or my bedroom closet, and I opened it up. Of course, the strings were not in tune, had been sitting there for 15 years, and still had rosin all over the strings. I took it out and I started to plunk on it with my fingers, and I said, no, I can't play. But other friends that I knew, especially this one man and his wife who became surrogate parents to me, Christian parents to me, they prodded me into taking that violin and practicing. And I held this man in high regard, so I listened to him. And he gave me those words. He said, God will restore. Everything that the enemy took from you, the devil took, God will restore. So little by little, I tuned up the violin. I started to play it a little, and I said, oh, this is awful. I couldn't even wrap my fingers around the fingerboard. And just to hold the violin in my hands, it was tiresome. Hadn't touched it in 15 years.
What did it sound like?
Terrible.
I imagine if you couldn't touch
Right. I couldn't wrap my fingers around. I couldn't make a motion like this. My fingers, I couldn't make a fist. I can make a fist now. I had a ball of scar tissue that had just grown under the skin. It wasn't flat, it was a big ball that kept me from making a fist. I couldn't feel anything. And I know that I couldn't feel. I have a scar that goes from here down.
Well, the doctor said that if you don't feel anything after 2 years, forget it. It's been 15. What happened next?
Oh, I was asked to come over to Jerry and Sue St. Jean's house. These are my surrogate parents. And they said, why don't you bring your violin? And I reluctantly said, well, okay.
I'm amazed you brought it.
I almost didn't, but I really respected these people. And I was also searching at that time and thinking, well, you know what? If Jesus, who they say is the creator and he heals, if he's real, then I want to find out. So I brought my violin to their house. Now they live in a little home that has water, a little river down the hill, and I brought my violin down there because Sue said, take it down there, it's nice and quiet, you can set up your violin and play. And I had a little boom box, and I would do this. I would take CDs, anything I had, put them in, and try to play to it. Now, this in time frame would be from the time my girlfriend had the vision. I would say this was about 3 months afterwards. And I took the violin out, and I started to play. It was not nice. I stopped playing, and I could hear Sue say from up the top of the hill, keep playing, you're not finished yet. I don't hear you. And so I continued to play. And as I held that violin, I just said, dear God, if you are the true God in my life, if you want to heal me, I'm open. I want to be healed. I would love nothing more than to play my violin.
Hold that thought. We'll pick up right there when we come back. Hello, Sid Roth, your investigative reporter, here with Suzy Harbinson. I know you're on the edge of your seat. So, Suzy, you've had no feeling for 15 years. You tried to play the violin. You were a miserable failure. Doctors said there's no hope, but you're told to try again. What happened next?
I was down at the water, and I started to play my violin, and my heart was really open. And I just said, Lord, please touch me. Did I ever get touched? While I was playing, I felt this tremendous heat go like a blowtorch, a blast of heat go right into my hand, and it burned, it hurt. I physically felt the heat in my hand. And I stopped playing, and I was almost as if the breath had been taken away from me. Well, I went home, and I was just stunned because I knew something happened, although I still couldn't feel anything in my hand. When I woke up the next morning, I started to move my hand, and I prayed. I said, God, did you heal me? Because I felt different. And I believe he healed me, because today I can feel everything in my fingers. I can move them around really fast. I can make a fist. I can wrap my hand around the violin. As you can see, I have played. God's totally restored my hand that was deformed.
Listen, the acid test isn't what you tell me. You know what the acid test is?
Yes.
The acid test is for you to play the violin. But you have had people speak on behalf of God and prophesy to you.
Yes.
What would happen when you played the violin?
That my violin would actually prophesy to other people. Through my playing, God would use me as a vessel, and through every single note that I played, God would use that to speak to people, to speak into their hearts, to change their lives, to heal them. And I've had several people that have gone through many problems in their lives, but whenever I played my violin, there was a woman who was healed with a back deformity, and a woman who she had chronic neck pain. And when I played my music, she came up to me afterwards and said, my neck is healed, and I believe it's through your playing.
You know, that's wonderful, but the most wonderful of all the healings, I believe, is an emotional healing. And I believe because of the pain that you've had in your life, that as you play this violin, that people that have just really hurts. I mean, let's face it, it's an imperfect world with imperfect people all around. No wonder you're hurting. But I believe that there is such a presence of God. I mean, I can feel this right now, that if you'll, when she starts playing the violin, if you will just begin to even close your eyes and worship God, you'll see. You'll get physically healed, you'll be spiritually healed, you'll be emotionally healed. You're just going to be plain healed. Suzy, I'm waiting. I want to be healed. There is such, it's almost like honey. Honey is going to pour all over you. Okay, Suzy, let's hear it. Suzy, that was wonderful. You know, God restores everything. He restored Suzy's hand, but He wants to restore every part of your being. You don't know what it's like to be whole, but that's what God's purpose is. He wants you to be whole. And there's things that have been taken from you by people, by man. But God says, stop being such a man pleaser. Become a God pleaser, and all things will be yours. Start out by telling God you're sorry for sin. And you'll stop doing that with His help, and ask Him to forgive you of your sins, to come and live inside of you, be Lord of your life. That simple prayer that Suzy prayed began the restoration. It's time for you to begin the restoration by you just saying that prayer. Jesus, I make you my Lord and Savior. I love you, Lord. Oy vey, you think you have problems? My next guest had his amazing miracle investigated by no less than the FBI. Next on this edition of It's Supernatural. Hello, Sid Roth, your investigative reporter, here with Gene and Nancy Mullinax. Now, listen.